Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and we are here for the Sunday show. Every Sunday we go live with our main event, then we go to our special members event straight after this. So make sure you are upgraded to an Electrum member so you can join us on our event straight after this live stream. If you are watching later as a video as well, this does apply to you as well because we've got so much to cover in today's live stream. XRP has crashed below $1. I'll give you the evidence on that. It was caused by mass liquidations, but that is not the end of the story. There is a whole lot more to this story. So is this the end? Is this the beginning of the bear market? Should we be panicking? Should we be selling? Should we be revenge trading? Should we be angry at exchanges for the manipulation? Should we be angry at Donald Trump for the alleged insider trading? We're going to unpack it all, but we're not like other channels. Let's take a breath. We're not here to pump. We're not here to dump. We're not here to sell a story. We want everyone to win. We genuinely care about our viewers. We interact with every single one of our audience members. This isn't like any other show which people just come on, do a video, film themselves and then post it, and then 20 minutes later everyone is watching it and there's no interaction and you don't know who the people are behind these videos. Because remember, about 95% of any other crypto or any other stock channel or anyone that discusses crypto or stocks on their screen every single time, I mean, watch them. They will have a link so you go out and leverage trade. They don't care if you win. They don't care if you lose. They make money on every single trade you make. They take commission off it. So next time you're watching a YouTube channel that says sign up to KuCoin and get $200 free referral for leverage trading, or sign up to Femex, or all of these exchange platforms. Half of them sometimes are scams. Remember, everyone did it with FTX. Half of them are legit platforms. But 99% of people, 90% of people that day trade or leverage trade do get wrecked, and that's what happened. They caused this. One, it was the exchanges with the manipulation. Binance, look at this chart right here. Binance, XRP with Binance went down to 77 cents. Every single person, even in a safe position in crypto, remember, nothing is safe. It went down to 77 cents on XRP. Absolutely ridiculous. We went in a day down 73% on XRP when you on the Binance exchange. How much money did Binance make by liquidating everyone? The price popped up literally in minutes, or in 10-15 minutes. It was up 200%. Major manipulation goes on in crypto. You cannot forget the manipulation that goes on in crypto. This happens time and time again, and it happened again on Friday. The day this happened, what did we say? What was in the newsletter? Are you guys listening to the newsletter? Are you guys reading the newsletter? Are you watching the videos? The day of the crash. The day of the crash, the morning of the crash, hours before the crash, I came out with a massive warning. I said these four metrics say this rally can't last. The numbers did not lie. We went through the deep dive of the newsletter. This is for our premium members, but because it was so important, I gave access to everyone to recognize this news. I said, are we at the top of the cycle? I gave you 4 indicators. Real indicators. Remember, crypto guys with baseball caps sitting on their chairs and spewing out predictions, they don't care because they're just selling the videos. They're making money whether the market's up or down. Why? Well, because they're selling you leverage trading. They're giving you links so that they get commission whether you win or lose. Not only did the exchanges win when everyone got liquidated, every single person who was selling leveraged links and commission links, promising you $200 deposits, they won as well. We don't do that on this channel. We don't. I want everyone to win. Martyn wants everyone to win. Please do make sure you are subscribed, because I genuinely think we are the most honest, most real, most live, most engaged with our audience channel in the world, and we care about each one of you. So please make sure you subscribe. Please do hit the like button if you have just got here. We will be navigating the markets forever together every single day. We put this newsletter out. Again, why did we choose to do a newsletter? So we can make some money? No, because we want the real news, because too many people give you the fake news. Anyway, the first reason was the forward PE was absolutely overvalued. Remember, this is the S&P 500. What happens in the S&P 500 always affects the crypto market. I'll come on to why the crypto market crashed, what I think. Is this a bear market? Am I scared? Am I buying? Did I get liquidated? I'll answer all those questions in a second, but let's just understand what caused this all in the first place. This wasn't just because Trump tweeted and the markets crashed. This was all baked in. Remember, how much hate did Martyn get for selling his S&P 500, for selling his Coca-Cola, to then go into treasury bills and then buy the dip? He did everything perfectly. I mean, I'm not sure how anyone can criticize Martyn at this point. He sold at the top. He earned interest while he was waiting for a week. He made money on Coca-Cola, and then he bought the dip. I mean, absolutely incredible. Anyway, again, Friday, this newsletter came out. I gave you the warning. The forward PE was, and its numbers. This isn't just something I'm making up. I've sat down and I've ran the numbers. The S&P's forward PE was at 23x. The average is about 18 to 19%. To come back to the average, we're expecting about a 20% drop on the S&P 500 if the earnings aren't increasing. If the earnings do go up this quarter, then it only needs to drop 10 to 15% to come back to the average. So that was one of the indicators. The Schiller CAPE, that was above the 40. The Schiller CAPE was about 40.0x per multiple. The historical mean is 17 to 18x. That was a massive stretch as well. So the CAPE sits now about 40, just shy of 44. X record from the dot-com peak. We were showing you how close we were to the dot-com peak. In other words, what was it? Yeah, to reach the same valuation today, the S&P 500 would need to climb about 10%. So there was potentially room to grow 5-10%, but what is the point when the risk to reward is getting that overbought? Again, I'll come on to my position. In all honesty, I didn't sell much of my portfolio. I was ready for this and I bought the dip. I'll come on to that in a second and give you my thoughts. Again, so that was another indicator that the market as a whole is overbought. Rule of 20, we showed that. The forward P is now 23. You add that with the inflation, you get the 25.9. Again, we were about 30% overvalued towards the fair value benchmark to get back to 20 if inflation holds steady, because, again, you have to take into account all of these metrics. We're expecting about a 25% decline in the markets, in the stock markets. Remember that can mean something completely different in the crypto markets. We also looked at the earning yield gap. Anyway, at the end of the article, we said we are in a bubble. Putting this together, are we in a bubble? Yes, we are in a bubble. And we explained that. But we also said the crash could come the day after. The crash could come in 2 weeks, in 2 months. No one can predict exactly when the crash can come. But if you've got the metrics there that are in place there, you need to open your eyes. And Martyn put out that video. I mean, how many times did we show you that short he put out? The information was right in front of Martyn's eyes, right in front, and he brought all of that information to all of the members because he cares so much about you guys. He put all of that information out. Remember that short that we watched on Martyn's X? I'll see if I can quickly find it for you. Again, how many people were telling Martyn he was wrong, and how much hate did Martyn take when he was saying the right thing? If I go on to my following, I only follow about 20 people. Martyn is here. Let me go on Martyn's X, because he put out this video and we showed it on the show because the information was right in front of everyone. Let me just scroll down on Martyn's. Martyn is very active. He posts every single one of his trades on X, so make sure you're following him on X. I just want to show you one video on his. Here it is. Look at this. Let me just play this. This is literally from the day before the crash. I think he put this out. Let me show you this.
Sadly, some people just cannot be helped. The information is there, but humans continue to ignore it. Face the facts, guys. Look at what's happening and open your eyes. Sadly, some people just cannot be helped. The information is there, but humans continue to ignore it. Face the facts, guys. Look at what's happening and open your eyes.
There you go. The information was right there for you. Martyn couldn't have said it clearer. I couldn't have given you more details in that newsletter. people choose to ignore it because they have FOMO, they have greed, they don't understand the market, they think crypto is a get-rich-quick scheme. Crypto isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. You need an income, you need a safe portfolio, and then you can put crypto in the high-risk area of your portfolio. Again, we never give financial advice, but we do try and help and guide you, and the information was there in front of us. I've just got a comment from Martyn. Let me just read this out. Martyn says, Sensei, I can't thank you enough for these kind words. Nearly in tears. I took so much hate for that information. Thank you for your kind words. Folks, my team and I have their own thoughts. Yeah. Thank you, Martyn. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult when Martyn comes out with a very bold prediction, but he's telling you guys what he really thinks. I mean, he's putting his money where his mouth is. You've seen him all do the trades. Yeah, and he did take a lot of hate for it, but at the end of the day, it was the right thing to do. He tried to show his audience what was coming. We can't just blatantly come out and say sell all your portfolio or crypto is going to crash, because that's financial advice. We don't do that. We share our journey and we try and give you the facts and the information, and the facts and the information was in front of you. Anyway, let's come on to the main stories of the show. So remember, we are live every single day, a couple hours before the opening bell, and we go through the markets and the stories every day. Today's live stream is a bit more relaxed because we're not here to just say, look how right we were. We're here to try and form this community so everyone can engage and understand where they went wrong, if
Adam
they went
Cleary
right.
has become a member.
Thank you so much for becoming a member. Adam, clearly, you've just become a silver member. I'll give you a top tip right now. We are going over to an Electrum member straight after this. Electrum is slightly... is a membership more premium than silver, but we provide you a lot more information at our cost. So essentially, it's a more premium membership, and I recommend anyone who's not a member or anyone who's a member, it's a brilliant time to look at the Electrum membership. Go to the join button next to the subscribe button. You can also use this link and go to the membership, because we will be going to a members only event right after this. So I'm going to go one-on-one with all the members, answer all your questions about the crash, any Electrum members and above. So of course, gold, platinum, sponsor members are also invited, but Electrum members and above, I will be inviting you all to a show directly after this in about 15-20 minutes time, where we have our weekly trivia quiz with lots of prizes as well. Remember, we give away merch during these events for the winners, and also we will have one-on-one. So I want to answer everyone's questions about the crash a bit more on a personal level as well. So you just upgraded to silver. I recommend you invest into the Electrum membership. It is a more premium membership, but it's much more cost effective. So let me talk to you about the crash. The crash was horrendous. It was the worst. It was the worst liquidation event in history in the crypto market. The worst crypto liquidation day in history. There's some good things that came from it. There's some bad things that came from it. If you're investing in crypto, if this isn't a perfect lesson for you, that leverage, no amount of leverage is safe in crypto. Unless you're an expert, unless you're doing a short-term trade, unless you're willing to lose all the money you put into a leverage trade, no amount of leverage is safe in crypto. You've got the risk of liquidation events like on Friday, where you get 50% crashes. You've got risks of an exchange such as Binance, which I've never been a fan of Binance, never been a fan of Binance Coin, who manipulates the market like this and brings XRP down to 77 cents. That's a 75% crash. I mean, no amount of leverage is safe under those circumstances. Maybe a 1.2x leverage trade is safe under those circumstances. So again, that's another reason you don't want to be leverage trading, because the exchange themselves, even though the real price of XRP might not have gone down to 77 cents on most exchanges, it doesn't matter, because exchanges themselves can be manipulated like this as well. So leverage isn't safe. You can't be safe with leverage in a crypto market. That's your number one lesson. Your number two lesson is, if you sold on the way down, if you panic sold as well because you wanted to protect your money, you're too late. You panic sell, you're too late. The market comes up another 200%. Or if we go to a normal exchange, let's even Coinbase went down to $1.50 what did it go down to $1.70? Even on a normal exchange, if you panic sell, 5 minutes later, you're up 33%. So panic selling isn't a solution here. Panic selling is never a solution. What could other people have been doing? Other people could have been FOMOing at $3. We passed $3. We're going to all-time highs. And then you FOMO in because you think that's your last ever chance to buy XRP at $3. Well, you're wrong as well. Everyone always thinks it's the last chance ever to buy these tokens. The amount of times I've seen in the comment section that this is the last chance. This is the last chance we have to see XRP. Who's that X account? There's a massive X account, and he kept posting over and over again. Every time we got above $3, this is the last time you're going to see XRP. XRP is never going below $3 again. Every single time for weeks and weeks, he kept posting that, and a lot of people think that that's true. Another lesson is all X accounts, 95% of X accounts are just people trying to get engagement, and they would say anything for you to click or like their posts. Again, that's why we're different. So another lesson is, again, most of the time, 95% of the time, there is another chance to buy in at a better level. So all those people that said we're never going to go below $3 again, there is, and started FOMOing. FOMO is a terrible emotional reaction. Thinking that we're never going to go below another level again is also a terrible lesson. Make notes of these. These are whatever mistakes you've done, make notes of them. Please don't do them again. If anyone's lost out, and I'm going to ask a question in the chat, have you lost on leverage? Did you lose money on leverage? I'm going to answer your questions as well in a second, Lev. Did you lose money on leverage, or trade? So yes, no. Did you lose money on leverage or a trade you made? Okay, so there's a poll now in the chat. The reason I'm asking this is just I want to know how many people here have actually lost out. So I've said, did you lose money on leverage or a trade you made? So leverage, of course, is you got liquidated, and a trade you made is one of those situations where you FOMO'd in or you panic sold. Let me know. And this is obviously regarding mainly this Friday crash. I just want to know what situation people are in the chat right now. I'm going to give you my thoughts as well now on what I think is going to happen. So again, massive manipulation. It's the crypto market. It's a new market. It's vulnerable to attacks. It's vulnerable to manipulation. I think this has happened over and over again. I do think I still think XRP is going to go to $5 to $10. Whether it's this cycle and we're going to a bear market, we need more evidence of that. This has changed things slightly for the prospect of $10 this cycle. I am slightly less confident in that prediction after this event, but I am still calibrating and trying to understand the market sentiment and the charts and where we rebound to and where we sell off further, and if we have lower highs, lower lows. I'll be analyzing that throughout the week, throughout the shows. But right now, I don't really mind because I've always been prepared for the upside, the downside, the sideways action. Worst case, I hold on to my XRP for another 4 years, and I'm confident XRP will be well above $10 in 4 years' time. I'm still fairly confident XRP will make new all-time highs this cycle, and I think the cycle hasn't ended yet. We might go into a mini bear market after this, but again, I want to analyze the market a bit more before I give you my prediction on that. Right now, nothing's really changed for me. Bitcoin, remember, the largest liquidation event in history, and Bitcoin only went down 13%. The biggest liquidation event in crypto. And the good news is Bitcoin only went down 15% from the highs, from all-time highs to those lows. That shows major strength in Bitcoin, in my opinion. That shows a lot of strength in Bitcoin. In other tokens, in other altcoins, it confirms the fact that 99% of them are scams, or 95% of them are scams, or 96% are scams. 4%, which is probably the top 50, the top 100, are half of them are probably never going to make all-time highs, and half of them are going to be ultra volatile, and about 10 of them are going to be here in 10 years' time. So Bitcoin seems to have solidified its strength. Altcoins have solidified the fact how volatile they are and how vulnerable they are to manipulation. The crypto market has confirmed it's a very high risk market still. But it's why I like the crypto market. It's because of the volatility, because of the relative newness or relative how long it's been since crypto has actually emerged. No longer than about 15 years. That's what makes crypto something that can give you long-term gains as a small part of your portfolio. Again, not financial
Charles
advice.
Blicknote has
Oh,
become a
brilliant.
member.
Look at this. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is the next 5 Electrum members, the next 5 people that upgrade to Electrum, and remember we have an Electrum event in literally 10 minutes time, so you've only got about 10 minutes to do this. The next, and this includes you, Charles, so thank you for upgrading to Electrum. The next 5 people that upgrade to Electrum, in our next show, I'll be doing a free chart request for you. I'll be doing a free chart request. And remember, the Electrum shows are much smaller, so we have one-on-one time as well, so everyone can ask their questions as well. But I'll be doing a free chart request for you in the next event. Plus, you have access to all the silver perks, all the Electrum perks, all the trivia you do, all the one-on-ones we do anyway. There you go.
Stu donated £2 through a super chat. Can you look at Tau Bittenser? It up 30%. I got it.
Stu, the chart requests are $4.99, and I don't know much about Tau, but I don't even know if that's a crypto or a stock. Anyway, this is the link for the membership. You can click that, and then you can upgrade your membership. Let me go to your comments. I want to answer your questions. I just hope everyone took on board some of the facts we were presenting to you. I hope no one is fully liquidated. I hope if you have made a mistake and you have lost money, let me see what the trade is saying. Oh wow, look at this. Did you lose money on leverage only? Okay, this is great. This would be so different on any other crypto. This is very nice to see. On any other crypto or stock channel, that would be the complete opposite way round. Did you lose money on leverage or trade you made? Yes, 14%. I guarantee you, if any other YouTuber, and they won't do this poll, unless they absolutely they're blatantly scamming people, they will not do this poll on their channels. It would be the absolutely opposite direction. I'm so happy that only, again, 14% of people did lose money, and I hope those people have learned from their mistakes. We all do go through it, but 86% of you have not lost money on that trade. I hope that's because you got the information from Martyn, you read the newsletters, you've been part of this community, and you've been learning. Because every single day, whenever I do stock crypto reviews, I always say crypto is very risky. Do not leverage trade crypto. Crypto is a small part of your portfolio. Be prepared for the risks. Again, at certain points during this crash, I was quite confident we'll get a massive rebound because of the liquidation and because of the cascading liquidation. So when we were on XRP and on certain exchanges such as Binance, it went down to 77 cents. On my X, everyone was saying sell, sell, sell. This is going to crash. It's going to continue going down. I gave you the opposite news. I said, and I've never done this before. Again, it was not financial advice. It was on X, so no one takes that as financial advice. But I said, buy, because I was buying that dip because there was a potential of a 200, 300, 400% move up from those levels. Again, Binance from those lows went up 220%. Opening positions at $1.50, $1.70 was really not hard at those levels either. The market was around $1.70 for a very long time, $1.80, even below $2. It was below $2 for at least 10, 15, 20 minutes. So there was plenty of opportunities to get in at those levels and at least make back some of those losses, and then potentially even selling it now. I mean, a lot of those leverage positions I opened at $1.50. Again, I only play with leverage because I know I don't mind losing the money I put in, and I'm experienced because I've been doing it for about 7-8 years. So I bought it at about $1.75, something like that, and I sold it just before I came live on this show. And that's why I said buy, because everyone's selling. I like to be buying. Does that mean we're going to continue into a bull market and everything's safe? No. Do I think we are still in a bull market and we will still get highs right now? Yes, I do. I also posted Trump coin that fell 80+% as well. Always learn from your mistakes. Do not use leverage. And then again, 2 weeks ago, Jim Cramer said buy crypto, and we said that could be a bearish signal. So again, another thing everyone kept saying is this is all got to do with Trump. Trump caused this. This is Trump's 100% tariff. This is false. Martyn kept saying this. I kept saying this. Someone I like, Benjamin Cowan, is also saying this has nothing to do with the news. This crash, this is what people need to understand, and it's what Martyn Investor is also saying. The crash was not because of the news. It was inevitable. We were expecting a crash because of the actual facts behind it all. But again, the caveat is, and the good thing is, the biggest liquidation event in crypto's history, and Bitcoin only dropped about 15%. That shows remarkable sign of strength for Bitcoin. Everyone's now going to come out and say crypto is the worst investment in the world. Crypto has no place in someone's portfolio. Crypto is a scam. We've had this years and years. For every 3-4 years, every bear market, people come out and say that. And every bull market, Bitcoin is now the best performing asset in the history of the world. So, and every bull market outperforms every single investment out there. So, especially Bitcoin and the top 10 coins. So, I think crypto is here to stay. I haven't changed my views on crypto. The thing everyone needs to be aware of is the risks. The risks of if you're leveraged, because the liquidations can come. The risks of exchanges. Exchanges can go under, such as FTX. Exchanges can be manipulated. Binance Coin liquidated about all their customers because of the failed management of the site. In my opinion, that's why I've never liked Binance. I've never liked BNB, the token. I don't like seeing BNB going to all-time highs. I don't like what they stand for. I don't like how they run their company. That's just my thoughts. Again, I don't actually have concrete evidence that this is fully manipulation by Binance and all of that sort of stuff. People are alleging that. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, I mean, a 72% crash, bringing XRP down to 77%. I'm sure 77 cents. I'm sure they made a lot of money liquidating all people there. So there are risks with crypto, but that's why I like it, because I think it gives you more upside potential. But I know the risks. So let me go over to some of your questions. I think I saw Motto say something nice earlier. Yeah, Motto 80 cents. Show pairing XRP at 80 cents is crazy. Yes, it is. It already happened. It is not clickbait. Yeah, someone said this is clickbait. Literally, the chart is in front of you. I can't believe someone says this is clickbait. We literally went down to 80 cents on XRP on Binance. And if you don't want to look at Binance, we went down to $1.50 on most exchanges. I mean, I don't understand why you think this is crazy. Keep this real on this channel, or you'll lose the gain subscribers. I mean, oh, here we go.
Stu donated £5 through a super chat. Forgot the request limit lol. Can you look at how Bitcoin please? I got some Saturday am up 30%. It's a crypto free eye.
Okay, yeah, we'll have a look at it. Thank you, Stu. Remember, the next 4 people that become an Electrum member, we're having an event literally in about 10 minutes time. There will be a free chart request for you in that event, and you get to ask all the questions, because we'll be ending the show in about 10 minutes. I'm going to go through some questions now, and then the Electrum member event with the trivia, with the charts, with the quiz, with the prizes, is going to start in about 10 minutes time. So stay tuned for that. You can upgrade your membership as well. You've got about 5 minutes to do it. So there is the membership link. If you haven't become a member yet, you can go on the join button, click on that link, and then go for the Electrum membership. Motto said some showed 80 cents. Crazy. It already happened. It's not clickbait. Not even close to clickbait. I think Motto 18 said something else. Okay, it's the exchanges were congestion. I got all my buys. Blessed. It was a miracle. And Sensei's X post, maybe go buy after it sold when tariffs were mentioned. I was in shock, and Sensei saved me. I made 2x on HBAR because of him. Cody, I'm so happy that we managed to save you from the crash and help you gain confidence in buying the drop. Again, that's all on you. We don't give financial advice, but I'm very happy that you came out on top, because many people came out not on top. They lost a lot of money, and it's mainly all the other channels that are manipulating the markets, that are manipulating their audience, that are profiting off their audience, making losses. We don't do that. That's why we don't ever have any corporate sponsorship. Please do make sure you're subscribed, because hopefully you understand that we are different to 90% of the channels out there. Let me just see. XRP actually went up 6.5% today. Unsubscribing from this rubbish channel. We got an absolute troll. And I don't understand. We tell you, Martyn tells you when he's selling his portfolio. He buys Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola goes up. The market crashes. He's got T-bills. He's earning 4.5%. The market crashes. He manages to buy in. He saved himself from, I don't know, $80,000 worth of losses in crypto. But we're the rubbish channel because we share everything live. I bring you out a newsletter in the morning, 4 reasons why we're in a bubble and we're due a crash. The hours later we crash, but we're the ones that are wrong. I'm bringing you the evidence that XRP's gone down to 77 cents, but XRP's up 6.5% today. We were down. XRP's up 7% today, but I don't think anyone cares really if XRP's up 7% today. I mean, that's nothing compared to the 80% crash and then the 200% move towards the upside. I don't even know what your point is. XRP's up 6.5% today. I've never said XRP's not up 6.5%. I don't even understand. Rev.Biker says XRP would have only dipped that low on certain exchanges, but you wouldn't have been able to buy that low price. I couldn't buy it FET, and ETH fees went stupidly high. Yeah, I don't deal with ETH fees. The exchanges I buy on are not decentralized exchanges. You don't have to deal with ETH fees. People with limit orders were buying XRP well below. People were buying it at $1 XRP because they had their limit orders in place. I didn't have any limit orders in place, but I got my leverage positions opened around $1.70. So plenty of room to make money. It didn't crash below $1. It did on Binance. Everyone got wiped out. People got wiped out of their leverage positions. You probably couldn't buy below $1 on Binance. People bought at $1, but you probably couldn't buy below $1. But if you had an open position, you would have got liquidated. It's at $2.55. Yes, it is. It lost about $100 billion worth of valuation on that crash. Let me read some more comments and then we'll go over to our members only event. I just need to make sure we've got the time of the event corrected because we've gone a little bit overboard with this event. We've got the trivia ready for the Electrum week 2. So get ready for that as well for all Electrum members. And if anyone else becomes an Electrum member before this show ends and getting ready for the next show, I will do a chart request on the next show. We've also got one chart request in this show that we want to do in a second. So here we go, another Electrum member. Three more, and you get it done.
Sonster07 has become a member.
Sonster, congratulations. You're going to love tonight's show. It's another trivia night. We're going to have some fun and do a lot of education and charts. So here we go. Just moving that event to start in 10 minutes time. Okay, so there's three more people can become Electrum events, and I will do your chart requests. Okay, let me just keep this open. Let me answer some of these questions rolling through. I'll just do quick fire questions. XRP headed to 270s this week, possibly, but remember, most of the time we get a crash, we get a massive rally up, and then we get a continuation down. So that's what I want to be discussing in tomorrow morning's show. Remember, Sunday shows we're a bit more chill. We're answering more questions. During the week, we do our deep analysis and we spend hours researching. Right now, most of the time after you get a crash, like a proper start of a bear market crash, potentially, you get a big move down, a sudden recovery up, something like this. You get this crash down. You go down 38%, then you recover quite quickly, 60%, and then the bear market starts. That's what we're hoping doesn't happen, but that's what we're going to be analyzing and seeing if that is the case. Either way,
Thomas
we do normally...
has become a member.
Is that Electrum? Let's have a look. Another Electrum member, 2 more Electrum members, and you get your... I'm going to write your names down so I don't forget, and you're going to get a free chart request as well, plus all the benefits of silver, all the benefits of Electrum. So essentially, big crashes come. You normally get quite a big recovery because the leverage is wiped out. People get back in. People then start FOMOing again because they see how quickly the markets come up. And then you normally come all the way back down to the wick lows. And that could be in a bear market and weeks following. So that's what we don't want to see happen. But every time you get these big liquidations, you first of all get that pump, and that's what we're going for right now, the pump. The pump can take us all the way up to $3, and then we'll do our further analysis. Are we in a bear market now, or are we going to all-time highs? Right now, with the level analysis I've done, and obviously we'd be doing a lot more this week, I am still in the camp that there's and I've always said this previously, I said there's a 60% chance we're going to go into a full-fledged bull market, 25% inflation goes sticky and we crash, and there's a 15% chance of the job market. I'm still around that 60%, maybe 50% chance that the bull market will continue. But even in a 50% chance, if I believe the markets are going to continue in a bull market and everything's going to be fine and we're going to have a soft landing in a 50% chance scenario, I still want to be in, because the risk to reward in a proper bull market is worth being in for a 50-50 chance. Again, I'll give you more analysis throughout the week, so make sure you are subscribed and you are tuning into shows. There's memberships being given away. 1978 Buckley, thank you so much for giving away memberships. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are hitting the like button. See if you can claim your free memberships. Anyone who's got a free membership, a perfect time for you guys to upgrade to Electrum. You'll be upgrading to Electrum for the price of bronze, because you've got the bronze for free. You can upgrade to Electrum and get it for the price of bronze. So Grizzly Bear won a membership. NG, Brandon and Sam and Jam and Miguel, all of you can upgrade to Electrum for the price of bronze. Clickbaity title. I don't understand how I really, what is clickbaity about the title? Let's have a look at it. XRP crashes below $1 in a sudden mass liquidation. What actually happened in the market? XRP crashed below $1 in a sudden mass liquidation. That's literally what happened in the market, and that's what I've put as my title. I don't need to have clickbait when it's so dramatic already. Sorry, I can't figure out how to upgrade. So Captain Dave, you can normally click this link over here. This link over here, if you click it, normally that will take you, let me just see if I can click it and not reveal too much personal information. If I click that, let me just see. Yeah, for me, when I click it, I just want to check again. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. Normally, when you click this link that I've just put in the chat, it should take you to this page over here. Below it, it does say what member you are and how many months you've been a member. For me, I've been a member for 41 months. It says what membership I am. It says I'm Electrum membership. You click on the right hand side, it says upgrade. You press upgrade and then you choose Electrum. Remember, Electrum gives you all the perks of bronze, all the perks of silver, and the further benefits of the Electrum membership. So again, it's one of our more premium memberships, but a lot of it is at our cost. So you're going to be getting it's a lot of value from that membership. So do consider. I mean, again, you can upgrade to it, see what the Electrum members are like, see what if you like it, and you can always downgrade as well. But I'm sure you will love it. It never went below $1. Yes, it did. Go check Binance. It went below $1. Open it in a browser. Yeah, if it's not working on your specific phone, you can always copy the link and then open it in a browser. So whether that's your Safari and on a browser version, normally it's better on an iPad and even better on on a laptop. Just take a second to try and do it now while we are live. He just showed us, dude. Yeah, I mean, literally, I mean, it's on the screen. I mean, it didn't go below $1. I mean, you can keep arguing that it did go below $1, but it literally went down to 77 cents on Binance. People got wiped out. Binance, and they did it with a lot of tokens, not just XRP. You can literally see it spent a lot of time at $1.50, and it wiped people out all the way down to 77 cents. That's what you get at a mass liquidation event, never seen before. We have seen spikes like this on Binance before, though. Let me just warn you of that. But we have never seen this amount of liquidations. We had a $20,000 candle on Bitcoin. Open it in a browser. Yeah. TradingView on my Coinbase never went below $1. Yep, TradingView on crypto, it didn't, because that's not an exchange. TradingView, if you go on certain charts is not showing an exchange. Coinbase, the exchange Coinbase, no, it did not go below $1. Coinbase didn't go below $1. It didn't. Dark Ninja. The question here is, There's not, were you able to buy at 77 cents or $1? No one could really buy below $1 on XRP. Some elites maybe could have, but most people, let's just say no one could buy below $1. That's pretty factual. But anyone who had a leverage position open, the exchange showed that XRP went down to 77 cents. That means it wiped everyone out with like a 1.3x leverage position on Binance. They got wiped out. I'm sure other exchanges went below $1 as well. But Binance is one of the biggest exchanges, if not the top, probably top 3 exchanges. In some markets, it's number 1, and it went down to 77 cents. Okay, I'll try again. Did not see upgrade to the right. Yes, upgrade is on the right-hand side of that link. I'm really so sick of these idiots trying to plaguing the airwaves. We literally have the facts on the screen. I know, Martyn, I don't understand. People are coming in saying it's clickbait and it's not gone below $1. I mean, it's literally the fact is it did go below $1, and the facts are on the screen. I don't know how.
Stephen Fernell has become a member.
Don't know how much clearer we can make. Stephen Fernell, one more person become Electrum, and we will do all your chart requests. So I'm going to make note of all the people that became an Electrum member. I'm assuming you're an Electrum member. Yes, you are. Stephen Fernell, welcome to Electrum. We're going to have some fun tonight. You don't want to miss this event, Stephen. Stick around. We'll be starting in the next 10 minutes. Congratulations. Oh, wrong song. There we go. ISO crypto are being used by Visa. Multiple countries are paying using XRP and XLM. Multiple international countries are paying using Susan Lewis, please be careful of your facts. I don't think that is true. Multiple international countries are paying using XRP. What do you mean are paying? Paying who? What do you mean by that? Visa is not using XRP at the moment to settle any transactions. Please be careful. Too much fake news out there. Revved Up Bike says some exchanges can show a super low figure, but you wouldn't be able to buy it at that price. Sudden volatility causes the price of flops, like a floppy bit of wet lettuce. The idea is you probably couldn't buy it below $1. You can certainly buy it around $1.50, $1.70, which is where I literally bought on exchanges. There has been evidence of people buying at $1 on certain exchanges with limit orders because they had it in beforehand. But that's not even the point. The point is the liquidations wiped anyone out who all the way up to 77 cents. Chicago's Finance, welcome to the Electrum membership. You know what? Anyone who becomes, let me just congratulate you first. So much fun we're going to have tonight with the trivia. You're going to learn more about the crash. We're going to do your charts, and we're going to have one-on-one conversations. So let me congratulate you. Welcome to Electrum. It is a more premium membership compared to Silver, but you get a lot more perks with Electrum. And again, we are covering the cost at the moment at our cost to bring you the trivia, to bring you extra screen time. Because remember, every time we do a members event, we actually lose money because we're not live. But again, we want to engage with our community more, and that's what Electrum's going to help us do with the trivia. We're going to have fun and engage with the audience. Until we end the stream, which is probably going to be in the next 5 minutes, if anyone else does become an Electrum member, we will also do your chart. I'm just going to give you that chance because we're going to end the stream anyway. So yeah, remember, this is the link to become an Electrum member. Click on that link. It'll take you probably to this screen here. If you are on an iPhone, some places it's better to copy that link and go to a browser. It'll take you to this link. It'll show you your membership right now, and then you press upgrade. You might need to sign in first, but essentially you're upgrading your membership or joining as a member and choosing the Electrum membership. Nobody arguing. I got here 2 minutes ago. It was the way I think you said the price went down to $1. Don't be lazy, hit that like button. Yes, if you have just tuned in, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. Remember, I haven't brought you all the information in today's show. I mean, I've tried to give you as much information as I can, but remember, the weekly shows, that daily shows every single morning is when we have all the news, all the sources, 3-4 hours of research every morning. And so join us for that show as well. This is sort of the pre-party for the Sunday show is now more of a pre-party for the Electrum event. It's all good, Martyn. You're chilling on holiday. Martyn, I already missed you. You need to come back already. Yeah, we're all going to miss Martyn. I don't know how we're going to... how we're going to survive without Martyn, I don't know. But here we go. Look at this. Yeah, Anointed Flowers, I saw this as well. If anyone else needed any more proof that something's gone wrong with Binance themselves are covering 83 million in user losses after its tokens depegged on Friday. They went below $1. They depegged from the actual price and they liquidated everyone. I am very, very certain that they made billions by liquidating all those people on Binance, and 208 it's like, I don't know, make $2 billion and pay out 300 million. I mean, yeah, I don't think that's right. Again, I'm sure they made a lot more money than that, and that's a small amount that they're paying back. And again, their coin, I just don't like Binance. I don't like how it's run. I didn't like CZ. I don't trust it. Christopher Pennington, funny how the exchanges would let you sell, but not send more money to the exchanges to buy more. Manipulation is exactly right. Yeah, I mean, crypto is great, but some of these exchanges, they need to sort themselves out. Robbie C says, love the show as per usual. Sense to keep up the good work, mate. Thank you very much, Robbie C. David said, I'll ask one more time before I leave. I was on vacation for the last 6 days and no internet. Watch Martyn's last video. My understanding is everything will go down again. I haven't done that. I think Martyn is in the camp that things will go down further. He is, however, confident enough to be back in the S&P 500 because we've had an initial crash. I think he is in the camp that things will go down more with crypto. Again, I haven't fully made up my mind whether this is the start of the bear market or we will have that final altcoin season. Right now, it doesn't really matter because as I said, I bought that dip. That dip is about 100, 200% up on that leverage position. I sold that before I came live. I still think, again, after these crashes, whether you're going to go down into a bear market or you're going to go to all-time highs, what continues after these big crashes is quite a sizable pump. And right now we are seeing that pump. So tomorrow I'm going to do a bit more analysis thinking, are we going to go into an altcoin season or not? But still right now, I'm 50-50, and the reason, and if I'm 50-50, I'm still going to be in because the reward of an altcoin season is worth being 50% sure of. It's like trading. A strategy that people don't understand is if you win, you can win 9 out of your 10 trades. You can win 9 out of your 10. You can lose 9 out of your 10 trades. You can win one of your 10 trades, and you can still be up because you let your winners ride. And an altcoin season is essentially that. If you are quite confident of where that altcoin season will take you, even if you're 20% sure that a bull market will continue, it's still worth being in the market because of that reward. The risk to reward is what matters. Clickbait, heart attack. I don't understand why people think it's clickbait. XRP crashes below $1. Yeah, it literally did. I don't understand. Anyway, I'm glad you haven't had a heart attack though. Right now, XRP is not below $1. Otherwise, that would be bad. Why wasn't Binance coin affected? Anyone? Because I think it's all just heavily manipulated. I mean, before the crash, literally 30 minutes before the crash, Bitcoin whales sold, leverage positions opened up with millions of dollars in shorts. Millions of dollars in shorts opened up half an hour before the crash. Who knew about the tariff deal? Well, it was Trump and his team. Again, I'm not here to be political and say Trump's amazing, Trump's terrible. But there was manipulation everywhere, whether it's the exchange, whether it's the potentially the president and his team, potentially. Again, we've seen Barron Trump's net worth go up 150 million by all crypto related launches. Who knows? I'm not here to bash anyone down. We live in a world of manipulation, whether we're right about who does it and who doesn't. The world is full of manipulation. We can't just start blaming everyone else. We need to understand the risk. We need to know where the manipulation is, and we need to try and navigate the markets together and understand how we can go through this until crypto becomes a bit more like, again, the stock market's manipulated every day, but crypto is being manipulated more because of the ease of access and how new it is. What do you mean XRP crashes below $1? What do I mean by XRP? That's why I don't listen to channels like this. Too many lies. We do not lie. XRP went below $1 on Binance. I don't understand. Robinhood wouldn't let me buy at $1.25. It would be very hard to be buying XRP below $1.50 on many exchanges unless you had a limit order set up before it. By the time you try and go and buy in on a liquidation event, it's too late. Prices go to these levels for about 30 seconds. Around $1.70, $1.80 would have been much easier to buy. But around $1.50 or $1.25, most orders wouldn't get filled. But if they were going to be filled, you would have had a limit order set up. And that's why I always say have a limit order set up for crazy scenarios, because you might get lucky. There's been scenarios where Coinbase's price has been down 50%, over 50% from the spot price. So I'm not surprised you couldn't buy at 125. It's probably because you didn't have a limit order set up, and most people, even who had limit order set up, probably couldn't buy at 125. More likely at 150. But if you had a leverage position opened, because the price technically went down to 77 cents on Binance, you would have got liquidated on Binance. That's why they are coughing up some money. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, for some time. That helped me make some great moves. Chicago's finest. I'm glad for that. Let me buy at 161 and 184. Congratulations, Dark and Ninja. Levi's Exchange has promoted a full Levi's Exchange he promoted was offering full refunds to anyone who used his sign-up code. I don't know who that is, but I mean, I don't think that's true. I don't think some guy's just gonna start giving everyone refunds because they use his referral code. Motto A Team says, since I always appreciate how you handle trolls, it makes me a nicer person. I no longer tell people they aren't the dumbest in the world, but they should be worried if the dumbest person dies. Regular Benson says, dang, I missed a crash. I would have bought it. Remember, okay, we've got 2 minutes. If anyone wants to upgrade to Electrum, Stu, I'm so sorry. I'm going to do your chart request now. I was going to do it. We've got a lot of questions, so I'm going to do your chart request now. Thank you, Stu, for waiting. Couple minutes left. Anyone want to come to Electrum event? This is starting in about 5 minutes time. Oh yeah, that's the right one. If you want to come to the Electrum event, that's starting in 5 minutes time. This is your last chance. There is the membership link. I love things drop again. We're super excited by, says Revved Up Biker. Ricardo says, so it's not okay to ask Sensitive for. So it's not okay to ask for Sensei's XRP average. I don't know what you mean by that, but Ricardo, my average price on XRP purchases is probably, excluding leverage, 50, 60 cents, 70 cents, well below $1. Remember, we were covering this for like 2 years on the channel when XRP was going between 30 and 50 cents. Christopher Pennington says, historically, it seems like there's always a huge liquidation event before takeoff at the end of the bull run. Maybe this is mass liquidation. Ole has given a bronze membership away. Make sure you are liking and subscribing to claim that. Please thank Ole for that membership. Christopher said, historically, it seems like there's always a huge liquidation event before the takeoff at the end of the bull run. Maybe this mass liquidation is following that. Yeah, I think you're not wrong about that. We have seen big corrections in the crypto market, one final move up, and then the crash. But we've also seen at the end of the bull market big liquidation crashes. I got XRP for 103. Look at that, Edwin. Congratulations. He bought it at 103. I imagine you had a limit order set up. I have to leave you guys. Have fun at the election show. Early start tomorrow. Ole, thank you for tuning in. Cedar tree stocks and markets always reset at some point. It's important to know difference good night, dude. A good tip. I signed up for Electrum. Oh, Sonster, congratulations. Sonster, did he sign? Stu, I'm going to do your chart request. XRP breaking out. Yeah, we're expecting a move up on XRP after this liquidation event. Figured it had to be low your average. Robinhood was not trading when you start investing on it. No, I don't use Robinhood. Robinhood doesn't even have crypto here in the UK. Anyway, okay, let me do the chart request and let's get ready for the Electrum event. Again, last chance. Here is the membership link for Electrum. Whale Watcher says we passed 116 and will destroy 6 billion in shorts. Okay, so thank you for that, Cody. What was the chart request we had? It was from Stu, and it was Teo Binster. I have never heard of this, so I hope it is on TradingView. Teo Bitten. Okay, Teo USD. It's on Coinbase. That's good news. Oh, we've done chart requests on this before for some reason. Let's have a look. Oh, I think we looked at this recently, didn't we? Well, look at that. It's broken out to the upside. Congratulations on that. So we did say you're going to be ranging, and it's actually happened exactly as predicted. Oh, Money Making Mitch. Welcome to
Mitch
Electrum.
has become a member.
I will take a note of everyone who became Electrum, and if you do want a chart request in the next show, I will do it, even the ones that came after the first 5. So, Teo is my coin. You did the chart for me last week, Sensei. Oh, Susan, this is you as well. So, Susan and Stu, you're both holders of this token. Yeah, we did do a chart request last week, so we've got it all ready for you and Stu. So you can see we looked at this. It's on Coinbase. That's good news. We did say. It's nice to see that you've put in a high, you've already put in your low, you're forming the space around 300 that you're forming, you've got these lower highs that you're forming as well, and we said it's very, very simple now. We're looking for daily candles that either are below or above. You did fall below the price, but the daily candle, look at that, it did not close below $300. The candle did not close below $300. You fell below it, and then you regained it, and now you've broken out to the upside. It looks like tonight it will be your first daily candle close above this level, so it does look like Teo is now more on the bullish side of the trade. You have broken out the symmetrical triangle. The next level does look like 422. Once you get above that, you are looking at all-time highs, and then the target for the bull market is looking more likely to be, I don't think we did our target. I'll draw it in now. It's from these highs to these lows. I mean, my first target would be towards $600 for this token. I do think it can go up higher as well, but the first target where I wouldn't personally be taking any profits before we hit levels such as 600, unless we fail to hold 450 or we don't get above it. But I think the main target or the first target is $600. Right now, you have broken this triangle towards the upside. So congratulations. So Susan and Stu are both holders of this token. Maybe we need to do some more research into it. Let's go over to our Electrum event now. I'm going to take note of everyone who became a member. So let me do that while I'm here. Let me do it here. So again, last chance to become an Electrum member while I write down these names. So first of all, it was Adam. I don't know if you went from silver to Electrum. It is is definitely worth it. So Charles, I can't pronounce the second name, but Charles, you've got yourself a free chart request in the event starting next. I've got your name written down. Who else is there? We've got Sonster07. Sonster, thank you very much for becoming an Electrum member. Let me put this ending music on. Thank you very much to Sonster. Thank you very much to Thomas Nav. I can't pronounce your surname either. I'll call you Thomas. Thank you for becoming an Electrum member. I'll see you in the show in about 5 minutes time. Again, it only takes me 5 minutes to go from this show to the next one. Who else is there? Oh, Stephen Furnell. Welcome to Electrum. Thank you for becoming an Electrum member. I'm sure you're going to love it. Chicago's finest. Welcome to Electrum. We're going to have a good show tonight. Prizes being given away, quizzes, chart requests, educational content, training, all that sort of stuff will be going on in our Electrum events. There's going to be videos coming out just for Electrum. Electrum are going to get a lot of perks as well. Rebecca Lester. loaded. Thank you for becoming an Electrum member. Who else do we have? Money Making Mitch. There we go. Thank you to all of you for becoming Electrum members. I look forward to welcoming you all into tonight's trivia night. And it looks like we're going to be doing quite a few chart requests as well. So we look forward to it. Thank you, everyone. Let me just adjust the time for the next event so everyone knows when it is. There we go. It'll be straight after this show. We'll be going over to the Electrum event. Again, I'll be live tomorrow morning, 2 hours before the opening bell. Newsletter's going to be out. If you haven't got your newsletter yet, there is a link for the newsletter. Do consider subscribing to the newsletter. There is a free plan. There is a 1 week free trial for the annual plan as well. There it is. It's designed. Brilliant. There we go. End of the show. I'm glad not many less than I thought got liquidated. But I think it's because of the strength of this community and the strength of the channel and the news we do give you. So it was only 80% of you did not lose money on leverage or your trade. So I'm so happy to hear that. Our pledge to you is we're going to continue to promise to give you the real, most honest information. Every choice we make, that's why we don't have corporate sponsors. That's why Martyn refuses 30,000 plus deals to bring you all of these crypto projects and these leverage platforms, because we care about our audience. And I hope that had something to do with less people losing money compared to, I'm very confident other channels, it'll be the other way around. 80% would have lost money, 20% would have not. So every day I'll give you my thoughts and opinions. We'll navigate the markets with each other, and we'll have this amazing community. So we're going over to our lecture event now. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Join me tomorrow at 12:30 UK time. I'm going to give everyone the times again, which I go live every single trading morning. Remember, Martyn is now officially on holiday. So if you want to join me in the mornings, it's 7:30 Eastern time, 12:30 UK time, 1:30 Central European time, 5 p.m. in India, 8 p.m. in Singapore, 8 p.m. in China, 9 p.m. in Japan, 10 p.m. in Sydney, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can always come back and rewatch it. But until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye. Oh, I just saw, just as we were ending, I don't want anyone being left behind. The Point Church says, I need the link for Electrum. Essentially, I'm back. I don't want to leave anyone behind. The event is starting very soon, so if anyone wants to join, you've got literally 5 minutes to join. The Point of Church. Normally, you click this link, especially if you're on a browser or a laptop, you get taken over here, you get taken to your membership. It tells you what member you are, and it asks you to upgrade, or you can choose to upgrade. You upgrade there, or you can go join if you're not a member yet and upgrade, or you can copy that link. Click on the link, get the link, copy it into a browser. Now I'm going. Hopefully, I see you there. The Point of Church in the event starting in 5 minutes' time. I'll see everyone there in 5 minutes. Bye bye.